Good evening.
Everywhere I go on this island, it seems to me I find degeneracy.
Watch a few movies, take a few notes. See, it's a lot scarier when there's no motive, Sid.
We have a bargain.
Watch a few movies, take a few notes.
Do you feel the pain? Always fear. Pain, I can assure you, will be exquisite.
Watch a few movies, take a few notes.
His entire work consists of violence, all the time. Obsessed with the issue of violence. Mayhem, gouging out of eyes, autopsies on the stage.
Come. It is time to keep your appointment.
Oh no, what do I press now? What do I do?
Oh no, what's
Which
happening?
button is it?
Oh, there we go.
I've
No,
lost my
wait.
button.
No.
No, what am I going to do without my button? Oh dear. We're going to have to go straight to it, aren't we? Shocking
Oh.
state of affairs.
Oh God, are
There
we?
you go. Yeah, look. There you go.
Hey.
Buttons worked.
Hey.
Hey. Well, folks, welcome to Double Feature Horror Show, episode 221, part of the Demonizing Dixie arc. We're covering Deliverance. What I mean by Demonizing Dixie, it means we're having a little look, a little cozy peek at how horror movies tend to depict the South in a less than flattering light. May have happened once or twice, you know, here and there, once in a while. This is the second we are covering. We went first for the super classy Eaten Alive, aka Death Trap, aka Horror Hotel, aka Freddy Krueger in the Wrong 'Un, from 1972. Wait, no, wrong, 76. And tonight we're going back a little bit to 1972's Deliverance. We're going classier. We're going for an Academy Award winner. And say tonight we are not joined by Murgoot. Sadly, unavailable tonight. We miss you. We feel fairly blasphemous covering this without you here, Murgoot. You're an actual Southerner. And we are a pair of limeys. But I am joined by the reliable TCG. He's going to get a little bit rowdy, going to get a little bit naughty, feeling a little bit dirty. It's about time for his arrival. It's TCG.
I have no idea who you've just quoted, but I have to say, it has been a while since you rap introed gave me a rap intro.
The chat will have that song in seconds. I guarantee it.
Come on, chat. Don't let me
Unless
down.
we're, you know, do you remember when Harry attacked us brutally as being millennial coded?
Oh, yeah.
No, I'd like to be proven wrong. I'd like chat to instantly have that song's lyrics to hand and able to identify it in seconds. But possibly Harry was right and we are in fact filthy millennials.
I mean, chat know everything. They know everything.
They did.
I would be very disappointed if they fail on this easy objective.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'm feeling increasingly alone now, and then wondering, wait, what do I set the latency on? Possible. Well, we'll see. I'll drop it in a second once we've thanked the people who got in some very early and somewhat distasteful super chats. My
Yes.
favourite kind. That is early. Early. We like early. So thank you to Distant Night, who didn't give Lawrence a second chance. Got in straight away with $5 Aussie saying, I just realised I have to read this, don't I?
Would you like me to read it if it makes you feel a bit squeamish?
No, I'll go for it. I mean, I assume he's talking about golf.
Must
For
be,
fellow
yeah.
hole enjoyers, and to the dismay of the American friends, the mine in the opening is cute, but Australia dominates holes. Ooh woo. Penal hole mockers.
He could be talking about spelunking.
It's got to be spelunking or golf.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah.
They did have that that movie called Holes.
Did they?
Yeah, yeah. It was quite successful. I think Disney put it out. It was out. It was a kids' movie.
Of course,
But,
Disney would put out a kids' movie called Holes, wouldn't they?
Well, I was never going to Google kids' holes, you know, unless I was. Now I wish I could remember that streamer's name that we were just talking about backstage.
Oh
That
God,
was an
that
easy
one.
joke there.
Yeah,
We'll go for Vorsh.
yeah, easy.
Thank you, Distant Knight, and you're an absolute menace. The Aussie Brigade. I love you guys, but oh man, you put me through it. Do you know the longest? I said longest serving. The longest reigning member on this channel at top level for 40, I think 43 months, 41 months.
It's got to be GB, right?
Actually, no, it's someone else. Now, I'm not going to dox. I'm not going to dox him.
Okay.
But he's never said a word.
Really?
He's just paid the top every month for 43 months. He's an absolute Chad. I've tried to bait a movie request from him, and he's just topped up the cash every month. Absolute legend.
Well, whoever you are, thank you very much for your continued support.
Indeed. I
Horror
never know
show.
if they want. I never know if they want to be named or not. But you
Yeah.
know who you are. You know who you are, my friend. And you
Perhaps
can
he just forgot.
request. You can
Sorry.
request a movie anytime. Oh, he forgot he did it.
Yeah, perhaps he just forgot to unsubscribe, says Lawrence. Yeah, it could be that as well.
No. I'll tell you what. He did actually pop in on one random occasion.
Okay.
And it was the occasion where I accidentally set the stream time to 8 a.m.
Ah.
And Aussies turned up and were saying, what are you doing? What are you doing, you idiot? And that's the only time I've heard from him. And yes, I wish I could do the film request because he has more than earned it. So pop that in anytime you like. You know who you are. Right. Moving on, we have John Gorris dropping in $5. Much appreciated. Squeal like a pay piggy. Do you want to have a go to?
Oh, I can do that.
Murgoot unavailable tonight.
I'll
He
do a
called in, but all I could hear was Will Stansel saying that.
Yeah.
So, thank you very
Murgoot.
much, John.
I'll do Murgoot's re instead. Re. That's as deep as I can go, man. I don't have his cadence.
Oh, incredible low octaves. You love to see it.
Yeah.
Lawrence saying, hot take, this isn't an anti-Southern film.
You know what?
We're probably going to come to agree with you, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%. I think. Yeah, I think that was because I saw you mention it in our private chats, and I thought, oh, that's a bit weird. And then obviously when I went back and watch it, I don't think they anti-Southern. I don't think. Sorry, got my English tonight. I don't think the anti-Southern narrative is actually there in this film. I mean, obviously the two bad people are, I think, just I don't think there's any sort of messaging behind it or any malice to Southern Americans. I think it's generally positive.
I put this in as it's kind of like iconic and talked about. It's like the go-to, like, oh gosh, Deliverance, horrible depictions. And I'm like, so I just sort of assumed that's what it was from memory, because I've not seen this in a decade or more.
Right.
And then watching it, I'm like, no, that's not it. So yeah, we will agree with you, but get the hot take in early and be vindicated. And this is millennial baiting. P.S. Skibbity Georgia Riz. Thank you. Thank you, Lawrence.
I don't know.
And Skibbity Georgia Riz to you too, my good friend. For real, on God.
I do not know how that meme actually has like a toy, like a brand of toys and like merch.
Really?
Just in
what, Skibbity Toilet?
Yeah, in shops. Like actually, like because my kids, when we go in town, they'll like to pop into the Entertainer or Toy Bar now sometimes. And yeah, they actually have like little like Skibbity Toilet toys.
God.
Yeah, so I'm not joking. Crazy.
Argos sell it.
Yeah. The
What the
brain rot
hell?
is real.
This is on Amazon.
Yeah, and isn't there supposed to be a Skibbity Toilet movie? And I think again, this might be me just being an absolute boomer, but I'm pretty sure.
My God.
Yeah. Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah.
Flood it again.
I don't know if it's real. But apparently there's supposed to be a Skibbity Toilet film that Michael Bay is supposed to be in production with. Although apparently apparently he has denied it. So it could just be like shit posting, but God, can imagine that Skibbity Toilet with Michael Bay's explosion bits and whatnot.
They got Patrick Stewart in an Emoji movie, so
yeah, I suppose
I wouldn't write it off. But that toy just implies that there's actual Skibbity Toilet lore.
Oh,
like, just I'm sorry, this has thrown me off. I was not prepared for this information. Oh dear. Incidentally, I am shocked. I'm just gonna have a quick check, and no one got. We are actual filthy millennials. We got one more super chat, and then we'll reveal, which was our good friend Distant Night coming in. The Aussie Menace number 2. Say I shouldn't mention number 2 after Skibbity Toilet, should I? But
yeah.
Distant Night coming in again for $5 saying, "Don't make me come down there and help you. That Stancil wrangling Murgoot." Oh. He's got it all under control. All the angles worked out. Oh dear, we kept that going for a few weeks, haven't we?
Well, to be fair, I'm starting to wonder if it's even a joke anymore because Murgoot hasn't been on this stream for so many weeks now. I think we'll have to pull him into an office and review his co-host position.
Are you trying to get? Are you trying to get Harrion back on after the success of our finally released Megan 2 video?
I would welcome Harrion back with open arms, but that boy is too busy simping for Nigel Farage and reform at the moment.
He is. Would it just end up in us just arguing about it? Reform versus restore?
Yeah, I think so. I think not to get political, but
no.
I think reform will probably get in. Let's be honest, but they'll only get one chance, and I think, yeah.
Well, you often only get one shot.
Yeah.
So you mustn't miss your chance to blow.
Correct. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
But you have many opportunities to check out our fun review. I'm so happy with that thumbnail.
That thumbnail's brilliant.
Yeah, delightful. If you haven't seen it, folks, this was the Christmas special that was locked in copyright hell. I could not get this out. Indians claiming constantly. It wasn't Indians this time.
No.
Well, it was Universal, but possibly they hired an Indian to do it. Universal.
Well, if it's AI scraping the internet for this sort of stuff, then of course it's Indians, because it's always Indians.
AI is always Indians. You know this, folks. You know it. Well, it's also a rare upload for me, so naturally it was yeeted. Lawrence is correct with the backlaw. I did do a Full Metal Jacket commentary with Josh Firm, and forgive me if I'm retelling a story, but it was the episode of the Stanley Kubrick series on Lotus Eaters where Harry wasn't available. And so Josh and I did it, and we got so wrapped up in The Shining. We talked about The Shining for about 2 hours, and then realized the time and only had 40 minutes for Full Metal Jacket. And felt a bit guilty, so we recorded a full commentary for it. But that was locked in jail. I need to get that out for you guys. Gosh, I've got to think of a way to do it because they kept yeeting it. I'm sure, didn't I put it out audio only? If I haven't done that, if I haven't got you a version that you can access, I will try and remember to do it and just give you a kind of. It's going to have to be a shoddy audio only version because I was really happy with that commentary.
I think what the chat or what people who want this stream or this commentary to come out, I think what they're actually saying to you and I'll translate it into football fan language. They're saying, "Get your vid out, get your vid out, get your vid out for the lads, get your vid out for the lads."
Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Cheers, cheers. What
No
about
worries.
our vid? we had another vid as well, didn't we?
Yes. Yes, we did.
Times.
God, I love that stream. I love doing that stream.
It was great. If folks didn't see it, we did a live commentary with visuals that did
Yes.
not get nuked
Yes.
for Jason X, high quality sci-fi horror. Man, it's good times. If you haven't seen that, do check that out as well. That is available. We're slowly building up our coverage, and we'll eventually have the whole series done, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, another one in March because there is another Friday the 13th in March.
Yep. There's 3 this year, isn't there?
There's 3. Very rarely. I mean, I think it's a sign, TCG.
I absolutely do. Yep.
All right, lovely. We should probably get going. I was going to lead in with another question, but I'm realizing we sort of talked around things for close to 17 minutes. Shall we talk about 28 years later, the Bone Temple next week?
Yes. Okay. Yep.
We'll say that. Maybe I'll see if I can get Harry on because I think he's got some thoughts on it.
Okay.
We'll try and make that happen.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, sure.
All right. Lovely. Lovely. So with that done, TCG, you also had a bit of news as well, and we'll finish off the shilling and we'll get straight in.
Yes.
20 minutes in.
Yes. So no quiz tomorrow, unfortunately. Basically, I found out. I think was it Sony did their state of play thing last week at some point. I missed it. Didn't think nothing of it. But the omens were there. We started. I got talking about Metal Gear Solid, and it got me wondering. I've got Volume 1. But they should be doing the Volume 2. And I really, really hope that's got Metal Gear Solid 4 on it because I haven't played that since the PS3 days. PS3 is long broken. Game's since been traded in, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, find out that on this state of play, they actually announced that Volume 2 is coming out in August. So tomorrow night, over on my second channel, which I will be linking in the description, which I've actually rebranded from That Crime Guy Live to TCG's Gaming Emporium, we'll be cracking on and we will be playing Metal Gear Solid, the PlayStation 1 version. Well, it's on the Switch, but it's the 1998 release. Please do go and subscribe over there. There's a couple of 100 subs on there at the moment. All future gaming videos, streams and stuff will be hosted over there. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to play by YouTube's rules. They don't like it when you mix content, topics. You kind of have to be a bit pigeonholed. So that's going to be the home of my gaming streams as and when I do them. So go and subscribe and meet me over there tomorrow at about let's say 8 p.m. Let's go for 8 p.m. UK time. And if I play the Twin Snakes version, I will report your channel. It's a horror show in case you don't know.
Yeah, I'm lost on that.
Okay, so it's fine. So the Nintendo GameCube basically got a remastered version of the original Metal Gear Solid, which essentially took the game engine from Metal Gear Solid 2 and plonked it into MGS1. It gets a little bit of stick because it does take some liberties with some of the animations. Like it does go a little bit over the top and whatnot. However, I should mention that Hideo Kojima did ask the person who was responsible for producing the game, or the team responsible for producing that game, to go a little bit crazy with some of the animations. There's a good video. I'll link you a video which talks about Twin Snakes after the stream that you can watch in your own time. But yeah, it got a bit of stick because it does deviate a little bit, not from the story, but just some of the creative choices, shall we say.
Okay, well, I would be keen because it is a big sort of whole theme of the night in my game knowledge. I've never played it, but I've seen so much interesting discussion about it. I would genuinely love to watch that
Oh, they're
series.
great.
So
They're so
count me
good.
in.
They're so good,
Count
and
me in.
your brain needs to be so switched on for the story, because especially with Metal Gear Solid 2, my lord, the amount of twists and story and just plots that get like snuck into the game, it's fire.
I'm looking forward to it, honestly. No,
Yeah.
that would be brilliant. That would be brilliant.
And yeah, there was audio issues as well, i.e. it was re-recorded, but apparently, again, I heard that they had to re-record it because the original audio, there was something to do with the original audio. If they put it in the GameCube version, you would have heard all the background stuff, because it wasn't the original audio for the 98 game wasn't recorded in a studio, I think.
Oh.
So yeah, I'll show you, I'll link you the video at the end.
Cool, go for it. And everyone else, sign up. Right, quickly. I swear we will get onto this. I will just say, folks, before we move on, thank you to everyone supporting the channel. Members, you are stars. We've got some new members signing up this week. You're very much appreciated. Send me a message with what you would like me to cover for you. That is something I love to do for members. And you can also support the channel both here and on Subscribestar with memberships and tips. And super chats are very clearly working tonight. Thank you very much, Dissident Knight, sending in another Aussie $5 saying Prop 2 has been spoiling us, chat. You better be entertained. Indeed, I have been trying to spoil you. Excellent. Thank you again, DK, and sending in another $5 Aussie. Much appreciated. TCG is nuked Fires of Rubicon. Bloody lucky that it's being swapped for Metal Gear Solid.
Now I just haven't been playing my PlayStation a lot, apart from I just haven't been playing my my PlayStation a lot. But I've just been rabbit holing down. There's that word again, holes. But yeah, it's just been Metal Gear Solid videos ever since. I'm just getting myself all excited for it again. And yeah, I also need to get Delta as well, which is the like remastered version of Metal Gear Solid 3, which apparently is really good apparently.
Ooh.
And it is a better Bond film. It has a better Bond theme than any of the Bond films. It's honestly, it's so Bond influenced. It's funny.
I'm looking forward to this one. Thank you very much, DK, and everyone who sent in super chats. Really appreciated. And by the way, you don't have to send in a super chat, but like the stream, it really helps. And one extra request. We're about to actually start talking about the film. So I know this isn't deepest lore, but I know people maybe want to see it about, see the actual topic. So if one of you stars wants to leave a comment on the video with the timestamp for us actually discussing the film, that's great. So we'll start talking about it now. Thank you, everyone. Let's kick off talking about Deliverance. TCG, first watch for you.
It was, and I have to say, I am much happier with this film than I was with last week's.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Not that that's hard to achieve, but yes.
Yeah. Last week's Eaten Alive was very close to being our first one burger. Not in danger of it this week. Not in danger. This is a bit of a classic. Waifu watched it for the first time with me. She absolutely loved it. And it was something that really changed on the second viewing, watching it far more mature, because I think I last saw it when I was a teenager, which you can all imagine was a long time ago. Yes, this is a story based off James Dickey's novel. Fairly foreboding title of Deliverance, many a connotation there, about a group of urban professionals going out into the Appalachian wilderness to test themselves on the river, to basically feel alive. This And yeah, it doesn't go very well. Locals warn them against it, and the locals warning you not to do something before death sentence you. There is your big clue that this is actually a horror movie.
Mm.
But if this just came out and said it was a horror movie, there's no way it would have had the Oscars that it got. You can't get your Oscars if you're a horror movie. Jeez, they're not a fan of that at all. No. So you've got to be crafty about it. You got to sort of like pretend you're a police film, like Silence of the Lambs. You know. This one, no. This is like a nature documentary, a drama. Yeah, we're definitely not a horror at all. And that way they're able to squeak. What was it? Best picture, best direct. Yes, best picture, best director, best editing. Weirdly didn't get best writer, best screenplay. Usually if you get best film and best director, you're nabbing that screenplay as well. They tend to go together.
I see. Yeah, that's a bit surprising then.
Do
you know who snatched the award instead?
Oh gosh, there is a good question. Do you want to look that up for me? That is a 1972. It'll be 73. It's a 45th Academy Awards.
Okay.
Find out what got best screenplay. That'd be interesting. Meanwhile, we can also proudly claim this is a British film, obviously, being that it is the creator. Well, it's got a British director. This is John Boorman, an early John Boorman. Ooh, what got it, TCG?
The Godfather.
Yeah, I can't be.
So that got best screenplay adapted. Best screenplay original was The Candidate.
Yeah. Now those are very interesting Oscars. You know what else went in that year?
Go on.
The Exorcist.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a very sort of like tight group of horrors around there. So 71, they'd had Clockwork Orange.
Mm-hmm.
They got Exorcist standing close by. You've also got an extremely close companion film, Straw Dogs.
Not seen that.
Ooh, well, there's a treat for you. They're not exactly the same, but there's sort of they share a theme of like the urban intellectual going into the wilderness and being extremely undone by like the reality of nature.
Right.
They get at it in different ways. Like I'm very interested in Straw Dogs. It is quite wonderful. Quite controversial as well. Try and persuade the Lotus Boys to do the life and films of Sam Peckinpah. Possibly the best film ever made on 4 bottles of whiskey a day. Yeah. But as I was saying, so it's sort of interesting the sort of zeitgeist at the time this is coming out of. A sort of I've seen it referred to as like a hippie reaction film, a hippie immune reaction.
Okay.
Which I think we could say is part of the idea we talked about with the whole folk horror aspect. And I'm sort of trying to get the idea that these American anti-Southern films, in a way, are kind of the folk horror of America.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Because it's frequently, it's like the enlightened urban professional goes outside and it's like the savage outdoors beats them down.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
yeah, that was kind of the energy you kind of felt, wasn't it? Because essentially these were, I say 4, because is it Burt Reynolds' character? Oh bloody hell! What is
Lewis.
It? Lewis, that's it. He seems to be the most adept at living in the wild, if you will. Although there is sort of like a line that's mentioned in it. Yeah, there is a line. Mate, can I just say, Burt Reynolds without his like trademark tash, unrecognizable.
Well, no one recognized him at the time either. This is really early Burt Reynolds.
Right. Okay.
Really, really early.
Just I was like, okay, I'm waiting for Burt Reynolds to appear in the film, and literally, I was like, okay, what point does he turn up? And then I was, and I was like, oh my God, that's him. Jesus.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they had some big names attached to this originally, and that was super, super exciting.
Well, I
Like
mean, John
Jack
Voight.
Nicholson was put forward. No,
Oh,
John
okay.
Voight was a nobody when this was done.
Wow.
Honestly, this is what do we say over and over? Horror is where your career starts.
Yeah.
It frequently ends there, but most people try their hand at horror. This is where you can see their earliest stuff. Brad Pitt, Cutting Class, Jennifer Aniston, Leprechaun, etc. Cameron Diaz. Well, actually, that was BDSM porn, but don't worry about it. Very soon after, she did what was it called? Last Supper. That's kind of a horror.
Oh, even bloody hell, what's his name? Ronald Cox as well. I'm actually just looking through his filmography, and it's literally Deliverance was his first film as well.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
So I read an interesting feature from 2022 that the BBC did.
Right.
With that.
Jones.
Oddly, sorry. Pretty good feature from BBC back in the day. And in there was an interesting thing from John Boorman, son of an English landlord, a pub landlord, that is, which just kind of fills me with pride. God, you imagine the pub bands would have been amazing at that.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, sorry. I was just picturing someone coming in saying, "I don't reckon much your son's latest."
We don't like those sorts of films around here.
Yeah, exactly. Where is he getting them ideas from then, Tom?
Yeah.
George is his father's name, if I recall. Hey, sorry, I'm getting distracted. In this BBC article, he mentions that he had got the money put forward and the studio were a bit uncomfortable with it. Like,
right.
Do you have to include the violation scene? Do you have to include that in? And it's kind of like a major turning point of the movie. Yes,
Absolutely, yeah.
And they're like, yeah, but could you just take that out? He's like, no.
Yeah.
No, it's going in whether you want it or not.
Oh, which is quite literally the theme of that scene.
Wait, I can resist it. Oh, sorry. It just reminds me of this. I apologize, folks, but TCG, do you remember the old one? Hey, would you like to hear a rape joke? No, that's the spirit.
Yes.
Sorry, folks. Tone lowered. Anyway, the whole point of bringing up that article was John Boorman saying that the studio got very uncomfortable with the content of it, even though they loved it in the script. They were kind of hoping that it could all be taken out and made, I think, a bit more generic. And so what they do, instead of just saying no, they just cut your budget and sort of hope you'll go away. Because then if you leave the project, they've still got the rights and they can just slip some director who will do whatever they say on Brett Ratner, for instance.
Got you.
Someone will just do what the studio wants and turn it in. So they cut his budget down to $2 million.
Do you know what? I saw that because I was looking at the wiki. Yeah. But hey,
he made it work.
Yeah, not only did he make it work, but he made bank on that one. Yeah, 46.1 million in the box office, and you know what? I think, that budget, if they're cutting the budget down, it's kind of a blessing in disguise, because what I really loved about this film was the fact that they were actually on the river, actually in the canoes. And I think someone mentioned in the chat that John Voight actually climbed the bloody cliff as well.
He genuinely did.
And the actors did their own stunts as well. So I loved that.
Yeah. Well, Burt Reynolds was a bit of a Chad. It wasn't a budget thing for him. He was, he just wanted to. He was like,
Fair enough.
That's what I do. He sounds like an actual Chad. One of the other things that seems to be repeated in the trivia a lot that I liked was they didn't have the money for insurance.
Oh, God.
Which Burt Reynolds was also fine with, saying just like, I've never been insured in my life. I like the risk.
If I die, I die.
Yeah. So yeah, this was like a classic a run and gun film, super, super, super low budget, but gosh darn it, they made it work. How do you make it work? Well, one of the things is you just go and do it.
Yeah.
Instead of like a fake scenario where it's all no, you just go on the river and you just do it. You just Pandaji, that funnily enough, that nude Cosmo pinup of Bert, he reckons is why he didn't win an Oscar. He reckons he was going to get it, but that was a bit scandalous.
I thought you were going. I thought you were going to say Pandajit. That nude Cosmo pinup is actually also on my wall at home.
Please, you know it's Josh Hartnett.
Of course.
So,
sorry, my bad.
Sorry. Yeah. So, how do you make it work with a $2 million budget? Well, you make it visceral. You make it real. You don't fake it. You just actually do the stuff. You go on location. You work with locals. And what happens when you work with locals? Well, you get authenticity. He also had these incredible bits of luck, like finding basically unknown actors who ended up being absolute quality.
Yeah.
Like Burt Reynolds, who would just do stuff. John Voight, who would actually just do stuff. And where is it? Ronnie Cox here.
Oh, mate.
Who is actually just massively flexible, double jointed, and can actually just dislocate his shoulder like that.
Yeah, I wondered whether that was real or if that was like a. Do you know what I mean? I wondered whether there was any effect there, but I was like, that looks too real to be. That looks too real. So he actually, he actually dislocated his shoulder.
So
that's
they don't need no fancy dummy, no. Because I looked at that, I thought that is one of the best like life dummies I've ever seen. That looks incredible. No, it's just him. Laku can actually do this.
Oh, nice.
Laku, that's horrifying. That's horrifying. So yeah, a lot of the power is coming from the fact that they just had no money, so they just did it. They just did it for real. Incredible stroke of luck there. But yeah, I kind of like that. I was really fascinated by that insider bit of info from Boorman just saying, yeah, that they just kind of hope you'll go away if they cut your money. Like I found that very revealing, very fascinating.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad he didn't, because I'll tell you what a film.
Yeah. And you know, funny enough, given we mentioned The Exorcist earlier, one of Boorman's reward for the success of this was to be offered The Exorcist 2. So,
nice.
Look, some films are just unrecoverable from the start.
Yeah.
Given what Boorman produced later, we aren't blaming him.
Yeah.
Everyone's allowed one dud, making one of the most notoriously terrible films of all time. I mean, I only have that on reputation. I have never watched Exorcist 2: The Heretic myself.
I haven't, admittedly. No. I haven't. But yeah, now that you've mentioned it, if it's got that reputation, we've definitely got to cover it at some point.
Well, the member poll for the March topic is up, but so far it's obscure 70s rarities winning, which proves I never know what the members are going to vote for. I was sure they'd go for schlock, and then you'd have had a shot at it. But yeah.
Come on, members, vote better.
Oh, I also thought one of the other things they got from just doing things on location, as well as that authenticity, you get these kind of like magical moments. Like, do you remember during the dueling banjo scene, the chap in the background just starts jigging?
Yeah.
Totally improvised.
Brilliant.
He just did it. He just responded naturally.
See,
incredible stuff.
This
guy. I love it in the.
I thoroughly enjoyed that scene when he's like having a banjo off with this kid who looks like Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle. Hence why I went with what I've picked for tonight. I feel like some people would look at that and think it went on for a little bit too long, but I was like, nope, I am fully invested.
It's also another happy accident, by the way.
Was it?
Yeah, no money, so basically no score. So they
Right.
kind of just went with this scene, and then the basics of this banjo music are kind of reworked into the rest of the movie.
What?
They're sort of forced into it, which is quite amazing.
I love that. I love that.
Totally unintended, but this just becoming they only had the money for this really, and then it ends up just working so well that they reuse it and it makes it stronger. But what do you think is going on in the banjo scene? Like, why is this in the movie, TCG?
Because it's cool. I mean,
Cool.
it's just showing that autistic kids can play the banjo.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot in it, but I think one of the things that let's just get out here, because one of the themes we're going to hit quite a lot is this movie is not against the South.
I don't think it's, which is funny because on the even on the Wikipedia page for it, apparently some of the things retrospective analysis it calls it. It's garnered criticism since from like journos, historians, and specifically people of Rabun County in Georgia, which is where the film was shot, because of its portrayal of the people of Appalachia. And then even sort of like saying it's anti-working class, anti-rural. I didn't get that vibe. I think Lakutaku, you have to tell me how to pronounce your rat, because I worry that I keep butchering it. They said like there's probably more stereotypes of the South, which I can get, I can see, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a negative. These are just people living their lives out in the conditions that they're in. Like it is what it is. But I don't think it's negatively portrayed. I mean, you've got the people in the hospital towards the end of the film. You know, I really liked that they actually all gathered around a table and had their meal together. I thought that was really nice, and everyone was really friendly and welcoming to Ed, and you know, and the people as well. They brought the cars to the guys like they said they would. You know, they kept their end of the, but you know, they're men of their word.
They genuinely were.
You know, they sort of joke like, "Oh, how can you trust these people?" And they're like, "Come on!" Like, I think Lewis is like, you know, "Come on!" Like, he'll keep his end of the bargain. Like, don't worry, and he does. Like, so I think, you know, the only real sort of negatives is quite clearly those two people in that scene with Ed and Chubby.
Oh, we will get to them.
Which you know. I mean, that ain't a good portrayal of the South, let me tell you. But I mean, that's more just two a-holes, pun intended, in the woods. Even the sheriff's kind of like stereotypically like, you know, you better don't get out of my town, don't ever come back. You know, kind of like that guy. But again, it's not negative, man. It just is what it is, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'll throw this out your way. I like.
That's a great point, Laku.
Yeah, I will. I just think like depicting stuff like, which is, by the way, real stuff. Like, where is she? Just showing inside this woman's flat. She's got a severely disabled, one assumes, granddaughter. Yeah. Like, I mean, this is just real, right?
Yeah.
This isn't anti-South. Like, it's depicting it as real. Like when you. I don't know, when you depict the grim up north stuff with the poverty, it's like, though Yorkshire is blooming poor in a lot of places, and there are a lot of problems there. You're not being anti it by depicting it as it is. Like, if every single person in Yorkshire is like a work shy wife beating scrounger, fair enough. You know, only stops beating the wife long enough to bum the whippet. It's like, fair enough. I'll say that's off. But if you're just depicting that it's a bit of a rough society that has been hit hard economically, that's not anti it. That is just blooming true.
You know, and
I
also,
feel like this is true. It's showing there's a huge amount of poverty, huge amount of deprivation, and people are doing their best there. And they're just as you say, they could have flogged them cars and disappeared.
Yeah.
And they didn't. They're honest. They kept their word.
Yeah. And actually, sorry, I just want to add, because Laku and John have rightly pointed out, I should add as well, when the sheriff's talking about, get out of my town, don't come back here. He's right, because he knows that these guys have done something, but he can't prove it.
Yeah, totally. He knows he's not empowered. They have the power.
Yeah, instinctually, he's on point. Yeah, exactly. But instinctually, he is absolutely on point, which is showing actually that this guy is competent at his job. It's just unfortunately the system, which the guys mentioned earlier on in the film. Ed, I think, mentions that he likes being part of the system. Well, here's the system working in his favor, because this guy knows something is wrong and knows these guys are responsible, but the system is preventing him from being able to do his job, which is to...
He will later catch his brother-in-law for dealing meth, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, it's all I could think in this scene.
Yeah.
By the way, I do believe that is the author, the screenwriter, James Dickey.
Oh, okay.
A huge man, apparently not easy to get along with and very verbose. There's quite a lot of nice things about how he was absolutely off his head on set and people are trying to kick him out. And he says something like, I believe my contribution would be more efficacious with his absence.
Yeah. But I want to say,
I think, for a bottle of whiskey
yeah. But I want to mention, I say, he think, obviously, as far as he's concerned, they've done something wrong, because they don't know what happened in, he doesn't know what really happened in the woods, and obviously the decisions that the four make are based on the fact that, hang on a minute, they won't know for sure. It's our word against theirs. I mean, there's a dump load of southern moonshine in Chubby that would probably help his case, but obviously 72 technology weren't there. But yeah, they as far as they're concerned, it's their word against his. They are the outsiders, these four, and therefore it's likely that the people would side with their own as opposed to these people outside. So we'll see.
He knows it's a lost cause.
Yeah,
he knows they're gonna go, and he's just like, yeah, fair. I can't enforce this. I'm gonna have to let this go. He's he's very grounded in reality.
Very much so.
Yeah, I love that stuff. I think Lawrence got it early with one of the big takes I had is on this scene. Is it's showing that they're underestimating the locals.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Especially Drew does this little thing, oh yeah, we do a little playoff against each other, in which he gets mogged.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and now I'm just going to go, hey, we're going to shake hands and say kumbaya and look eye to eye. And the kid's like, no.
Yeah.
There is absolutely no mistake in this kid's mind that you're not the same. We're not the same. And you're kind of looking down on me. No, no way.
And I love how the shot, and I like how the shot, it has him effectively on the high ground.
Yeah, which he will be on the bridge as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't look down on him,
Yeah.
You're going to pass under him under the bridge, which I feel there's a lot more going on in that scene where they pass under the bridge, but I haven't quite got my noodle on that one yet.
No gay reading yet, and I take it.
Not
for that
yet.
bit. Not for that bit.
Not for that bit,
I'm pretty sure you left the gay reading for the for the actual gay bit.
Yeah.
He got a pretty mouth.
Well, sociologists would contend that there ain't nothing gay about that. That is a MSM situation. It's purely a power and opportunity thing.
Gotcha.
If you believe sociologists. What a fun distraction. Sorry. Oh man. So yeah, this iconic scene loaded with imagery, unexpected, but also setting up those themes that Yeah, don't patronize these people.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're
And that's
poor. They're bloody poor.
yeah, and
But
it also doesn't help as well that the whole place is going to get damned anyway, isn't it? Like,
mm,
so that's more land effectively that they've lost.
wait, damned?
Because
You say?
I do say damned.
Damned? What is that? Oh, is there a double meaning to that?
I mean,
A film called Deliverance about an area that's going to be damned.
oh,
Chat, did you put on your big think hats tonight?
I didn't. I've got my beanie, but it's my thinking beanie I have, but it is beside me. So unfortunately, I won't be thinking that hard, which is probably for the best.
Don't worry about it. I just there's a lot in this film, a hell of a lot. Something we absolutely should mention is something dropped early on about that dam. They say, and I apologize, YouTube, they say they're going to rape the area. And they repeat it. They're going to rape this whole area. It's going to be raped. AKA, it's going to be, when they build a dam, the area is going to get totally flooded. Everything's going to have to be moved out. It's going to be destroyed because of my progress. Harry right now, jizzing audibly at the idea of just bulldozing the whole area, putting up petrol stations.
Drill, baby, drill.
We love Harry really.
We do.
Gosh damn, that Yimby. That Yimby.
Boo.
Love you really, Harry. And
then and then nature said, you know what? I'm sending 2 queens in to stop your shenanigans.
What?
Yeah, do you not spot that as well? Like the sheriff. The sheriff's deputy, whatever.
Yeah,
his surname's Queen, and it was his brother was one of the guys who was out there.
Oh.
Presumably, I presume his surname must have also been Queen.
Interesting. Huh.
I could be wrong, but I know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was called the police officer who was like, "Them boys done something wrong. You need to haul them in." His surname is Queen.
Oh yeah. I remember him. Yeah, he's just absolutely disempowered by it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I found the shot of where like the church is being uprooted and moved. So incredible.
Yeah, I loved that. Yeah, we just got to wait for the church to get out of the way first. And I thought, oh, they're talking about like a congregation, and it's like literally the church. I was like, oh my god,
all being uprooted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this kind of helps us with one way to review this film. Like the idea that they say the area is going to be raped, and they repeat that, and then thematically, it's that's turned back on them in the big squeal like a piggy scene. Like,
yeah.
Tell me if you disagree, TCG, but I feel like this film is very much in the manner of Peter Weir's Picnic at Hanging Rock. This is a subtle, I don't want to quite say, it's not quite cosmic horror, but it is an environmental horror. Like the battle is a crazed guy in a mask. The battle is against this sort of raw power of nature and scale of nature that is so above them.
Yeah, I'd agree. Because again, I keep referring back to these 2 guys, but they're such a short moment of this film overall, and I really liked it when they're going down the river earlier on. I think it's before this encounter, and they get to where they eventually sort of rest up for the night. And I think it's Bobby who turns around and says, "Oh, we beat the river!" Like, yay! and then Lewis just sort of calmly goes, "We didn't beat it, or we'll never beat it." It's kind of like, okay, like nature is like you're literally in nature's hands at that. I think is what he's trying to say, and like, and as you see later on in the film, and then immediately like afterwards when they're trying to escape, well, not when they're trying to escape, but when they bury the body and then they hop back in the canoes, the river, they hit some rocky bits and it all just goes Pete Tong. You lose Ned. You lose Ed. who does or doesn't get shot. Like, there's not. I didn't hear a gunshot. I could be wrong, but I don't remember hearing a gunshot.
They think it is.
They
They
think
think
it
he is, but then they get to check him over, and it's no. What actually kills?
It's just inconclusive, isn't it? I mean,
Ed or Ned? What is it?
Ed, I think it is.
Ed. Okay. I mean, I wasn't sure about that myself, but I viewed that as quite symbolic. Basically, I felt he'd kind of lost a battle of wills.
I think so.
Like,
yeah.
mentally, he was taken down.
Mm.
Like, that was the big thing. Is like, this is the river. This is nature trying to take them. Oh, Ned is John. Is
Sorry,
it Drew?
Yeah, Drew. It's Drew. Yes.
There we go. Thank you.
Thank you, chat.
We are terrible on names, chat.
Yeah. I'd call them Steve if I could get away with it. All of them.
By the way, that song at the start, TCG, Christina Aguilera, Dirty.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd mention that before I forget.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, it's about time for your arrival.
Oh. You know why I didn't get that is because if you listen to it I listen to Heart and that song's always on there, right? However, they always cut out Redman's bit. I think that is a prime example of racism. They even do it to Jay-Z when they do Crazy Right Now, whatever it's called. They always cut out Jay-Z's
Crazy in
bit.
Love, yeah.
Crazy in Love, that's the one. They always cut out Jay-Z's bit. But given recent events, I'm not too bothered about that.
Hang on, wait. Is there a Jay-Z thing?
Oh, it's the whole Epstein stuff, isn't it?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Like Epstein, Diddy, or is it Diddy? It's actually might be more closely linked to Diddy than Epstein.
Was Diddy.
Yeah, it's probably both though. Who knows?
Decent chance. Although obviously we do not want to imply that Mr. Jason Carter is in any way guilty of anything other than the things he explicitly confesses to in his songs.
I'm not cancel culture. I'm only joking.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, battle of wills against nature. I mean, where is it? We should probably get Drew on screen. Where is it? This one. We've got kind of a weird. Oh, I found this really interesting. We'll obviously talk about this scene in some depth, but I just found like what happened to Drew here was that his worldview crumbled. He lost.
What? Yeah.
He's like immediate. This happens when you're up on the test. This is like a test of can you assert yourself. This scene. This is Battle of Wills. The Mountain Men, as they are explicitly referred to, I kind of view as literal just embodiments of nature here to fight back. You know, they come out the woods, they disappear back into the woods, never seen again. In this battle against them, they beat them, but Drew mentally loses.
Yeah.
Because he's immediately saying, we need to run to the authorities and confess and say, please forgive us. Please forgive us.
Yeah.
Like, please, I'm a little bitch of the system.
I love that.
Please pat me on the head and tell me I did okay. And everyone else is like, this is like literally who gets to survive. And you're running up to Keir Starmer to forgive you.
Yeah.
And say you have a right to not be ravaged in the woods.
And Keir Starmer would say,
I'd like to assure you, I promise you, I stayed within the legal bounds set by precedents, I think. But if I didn't, I'm so sorry. Like,
and Keir Starmer would say,
he lost his will, he lost his spirit, and that's why he just dies.
I was going to say, and Keir Starmer would say, I've got 6 Ukrainian rent boys that would say otherwise. But yeah, I interpret it because he obviously he's not wearing the life jacket, despite Ed saying, you know, repeatedly, put it on. And then he sort of just he sort of just freezes a little bit, doesn't he? And Dissident Nights chat. I'll get to that one in a second. But yeah, and then he sort of falls in. But it looks like he's it looks almost like he's been shot, but obviously there's no gunshot, so he clearly wasn't shot. I think I interpreted that as, he's obviously just, he's so traumatized. He's so like cut up about the fact that he effectively didn't get his own way. Democracy prevails and all that crap. That he just, he literally, like, he's just a spirit. He just leaves his body and he just gives up at that point. But there's so much.
He is destroyed in the spirit. He cannot adapt. He is defeated by the wild.
And so he, and again, because of the confusion and stuff, they're thinking, "Oh my god!" And the paranoia as well, because the other guy escaped. And it's so interesting that they get so wrapped up in their own heads that he's been shot. They're under attack. The person's there. He's up on the top, and you never see him until the morning, which makes you wonder, was he even there in the first place? And if he was,
they kind of, I never remembered it from my first viewing, but they kind of conjure all the threats. It's like literally all in their heads.
Yeah.
Oh, he could be watching us. Like, he doesn't know where you are. There's a massive river. He could be anywhere.
Yeah.
He doesn't know this at all. It's all in their heads, all projection. And they in a way kind of summon a guy. Like, he's kind of like a tulpa, if you know that construction.
Yes.
It was kind of trendy a few years ago. There you go.
I watched Supernatural.
You said you had something on Distant Nights. Again, you're spoiling me tonight, Distant Night. But do continue. It's very welcome.
Yeah, Eminem throughout in an album he's like an R-A-P-E-R, and they're like, wait, you didn't just spell out the word rapper and leave out a P, did he? Yep.
Fantastic line. What, Dr. Prepper, is that the tulpa take? Let me know what you mean. But yeah, like, I genuinely think, because I view this as a picnic at Hanging Rock, kind of cosmic horror. Like, basically the landscape was, to quickly summarize, if anyone didn't see it, I did a long discussion with Simon Roberts on Picnic at Hanging Rock for Halloween last year. And we looked at it as kind of a Lovecraftian thing, where the horror is about this massive landscape, which is so, it beats you in scale, in size, and in duration. Like, this is something that will outlast you. The Hanging Rock is there to basically say, I will outlast your civilization. And it's all about the British Empire basically dying out and nature winning. Incredible movie. It very atypical, but that is the kind of horror of Picnic at Hanging Rock. I kind of see this here, although obviously, like, modernity and man kind of beats the river in a way, like, because they do, they managed to change it, they managed to flood an area, but ultimately, they only end up kind of hurting themselves because they destroy a town. We also, Distant Night sent me this, which I believe is the actual mine that inspired the story.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, when they say they rake the landscape, it's looking pretty rough.
Yeah.
It's had a lot taken out of it.
Actually, Larku, oh man, you're making so many good points tonight.
Larku is thing as well. A very good comment.
So on point. So yeah, that's another thing as well. I mentioned, like, they don't see the other guy on the top, and it's not until you see someone, and I say someone the next morning, I should clarify, because this person's not wearing a hat. Ed is the one who points his bow and arrow at the guy first, so he's retaliating in defense. Ed somehow manages to get the shot off that kills him, that kills the guy. And then you see he's got dentures, and you're like, oh my God. He's able to pull the dentures out, and so you're seeing the missing teeth. But that doesn't necessarily mean it was him, because the guy wasn't wearing dentures the day before, so why would he wear the dentures now? Like, is this just a coincidence? Is this the person?
He's got more facial hair, hasn't he?
Yeah.
It is ambiguous enough, but I think you're meant to see, this is just a different person.
Yeah.
They summoned it, like, they are so in fear of nature, they couldn't adapt to it. That's why Drew loses. That's why they have to have their battle and overcome the paranoia.
and they only ever mention about one person going missing, which is the brother-in-law. They
Mm,
don't mention about 2, possibly 3 people. It's one person they mention. So could
mm,
that person have been an uninvolved party who was the brother-in-law, like who rightly says, maybe he saw Drew's, maybe found Drew or the boat, went to go and have a look, and all of a sudden he's getting a bow and arrow pointed at his face. Like, what on earth?
yeah.
Like,
What's he gonna do?
yeah.
He has to go out armed. It's nothing sinister out there. But,
Mhm.
oh, Distant Night, just correct me. Apologies, Distant Night. I misunderstood your message. That is just an Australian mine. Apologies. You. Thank you for correcting me. Yeah, I'm liking Tulpa theory. I like it. I mean, yeah, that guy is an innocent victim, but they made him that. They summoned him in a way.
Yeah.
It was their choice. Yeah. So I really love this reading of it. And when they're battling against nature in that way, oof, I love this image for it. Before I did the research, I thought this was a standard studio composition shot.
Okay.
Like just, rear projection. No. It's day for night shooting, which is why it looks a bit weird. But
I was going to say it did look weird. It almost looked like a negative,
yeah, it's day for night shooting.
Right.
So that was a change. But John Voight really did climb this.
Wow.
I know, uninsured.
That's mental. Like,
So mad.
I mean, I'm glad they got through it unscathed. I will say that. But yeah, I mean that just gave it a level of authenticity. Like, I was thinking to myself when they were going down the river before everything went south, whether they were just. I don't think there was any script at that point. I think the communication and all that at that point just felt real, and I think the guys were just like, yeah, we'll get you down to the bottom end of the river, then we'll pick the script up from there. But in between that bit, do what you want, because yeah,
I could believe it. I don't know what John Boorman would have gone through. I know he's like a heavy script guy,
right.
in some films. I can't say for this. I mean, he may have changed his approach as he went on, and this is early for him.
But I was saying it just because you don't know how that river's going to react, because it's not like they're doing it in a studio with special effects and crap like that. They're literally, they're having to rely on nature to come through on this. And so I just feel like if you had like specific lines that you had to say at certain points, the conditions are going to not a chance, no, absolutely not. And especially if they had to drag the boats right back to this almost felt like a one shot. You got to get this right first time, because otherwise it's right back to the top of that river and start all over again. I could just imagine, especially if they were on a lower budget as well, and if they were getting cut, I could just imagine that the importance of having to get that right as quickly as possible would have been absolutely paramount. So I wouldn't have been surprised if it was just completely like, right, all you need to do is get from A to B, go ham. And then the story picks up from there. But just go and have fun. And it looked like they had fun. It didn't look like they were acting.
Oh yes.
I was proper. I was invested at that point.
Well, it's funny. Like, so Ned Beatty was the only one who'd ever really been in a canoe before, but he had to portray himself as like the least capable. And in terms of being exhausted, there was a nice little interview snippet about how John Voight, before he kind of held up all his shooting when he had to be knackered, because he wanted to run around for like 8 minutes beforehand and exhaust himself, so it looked convincing.
Brilliant.
Burt Reynolds is just like, no, I'm just going to act tired. I'll just breathe heavily. Chad Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
Oh, you absolutely love it. But yeah, very different approaches. Something I really, there's so much like believable detail in this, like just little things that are nice. Like when they're camping, Burt Reynolds is the only one in a bivouac. Everyone else has a tent. Like the rest of the other guys are like trying to protect themselves, keep themselves a bit comfortable, and he's just like, nope, I'm in nature.
I am one.
I'm gonna get close to it. Yeah.
But
I
again,
love
it's
it.
but the line about him essentially it kind of felt like Bane in the Dark Knight. Was it the Dark Knight Rises? The third one.
Yeah.
Where he was like, you know, when Bane's like, you were adopted by the light, I was born in it, murdered by it. And then when Lewis bogs off and they're like, yeah, he learned how to live in the wild, but he wasn't like born in it. Like he'll never be that kind of integrated with nature. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing heavily, but it was almost like they were saying this dude knows what he's talking about, but he's kind of cosplaying it a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he's hamming it up a little bit, but he does. I don't know. It feels like he definitely respects nature, but he does end up murked by it.
Yeah,
it's sort of that he gets his moment, but the challenge kind of becomes about, you know, John Voight, like what's he gonna do? Like his character, like, are you gonna step up? Like, I found it very telling, like before the squeal like a piggy scene. You notice like the original setup is Ed and Lewis in the canoe, and it's Drew and Bobby in the other one. And then they switch around because Lewis is just saying Bobby's useless.
Yeah.
So Lewis goes with Drew, which is like the two polar opposite guys are in the one canoe, and it's the two middle of the road guys are in the other, like the two guys who, in a way, have to make a decision. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, someone mentioned it earlier as well. I think it was Larko again. But once it's all done and dusted, you've got Ed who's been assaulted. You've got Bobby who has been molested, basically. You've got Lewis that has essentially fired the kill shot. But then you've got Drew who actually did nothing. So quite rightly, they mentioned he was the furthest removed from that scene, and it does make you wonder if he had actively been involved, would he have behaved differently? Would he have seen the situation differently? You know, rather than, you know, just sort of defaulting to what would Keir Starmer do?
Yeah, what would he have done? Yeah, as you say, he was removed from it. He is the guy who doesn't throw himself into the scenario as much. He avoids it, and then that's why he's most beaten by it. No scoped by nature.
No scope, literally. Silencer.
Yeah. I think there's definitely a bit of archetyping going on there. But you know, for Lewis, like, what do you think of his whole outlook? Like, he is this his perspective on basically, look, the real world, that where we live is an illusion, it's fake.
Yeah,
you know, faking gay, I'm just making my money and it's all gonna come crashing down. And we've got to be ready.
I kept getting this repeating phrase in my head as I was watching, as I was listening to Lewis speak and interact with his friends, and as he sort of described his outlook on life. It was Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah,
I feel like that guy would quite happily live in a log house just out in the middle of nowhere and not deal with any aspect of technology and just, you know, live off the earth, as it were.
He could certainly do it, and he's preparing for it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he had that kind of visceral distaste that Ted had. But he's interesting. He's not someone who kind of like believes that the city life is real, which is, yeah, Lewis is totally a prepper. I think it's kind of it's something from him is that he definitely sees that the system as Drew worships. Oh, system, Keir Starmer, please say I was all right to stop it. Please say I was fine to preserve my booty hole, please. You know, all that nonsense. Don't get that. But
Clip it. Clip it.
but like that kind of sniveling attitude, like Lewis knows the laws are there, but he
Yeah.
also knows they are fake and gay and will not apply. Like he doesn't deify them or reify them. He's like, yeah, the laws are kind of a lie that we tell ourselves in the city, but damn you, dissonant knight. The law's like a lie you tell yourself in the city, and it doesn't even apply there. Like he is a very realist. There's quite a lot of Josh Firm to him, you know. Not just the sort of swarthiness, but we love you, Josh. But there is that attitude of like, you don't need to bring the system in. This is why he does so well. Even if he's like his leg is broken by nature, he at least respects it.
Yeah. And again, it's funny that, you know, you kind of need to remind Drew that, mate, your mate just got absolutely wrecked, mate. You can now throw a tennis ball down his dark alley. Why are we looking to, you know, try to appeal to the authorities of the people that did said throwing of tennis ball down Brown Alley?
Yeah,
Browntown. Yeah, no, my dude, like, come on. Like,
I think they also like automatically did assume that the people would be against them en masse. It's like,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
Don't think
right.
That's big prejudice coming in from them.
Okay, so put yourself in their shoes, not anyone but Bobby's shoes. Naturally, because, you know, harsh what happened to him. How would you have voted? Would you have gone, let's go with the I put my trust and faith in the law? Or would you say, right, take this into my own hands now and sort of see what happens?
You know, that is a really interesting question. I'll answer it maybe a bit more po-faced than you expect.
Oh, great.
My answer would have been, I think in an era of true crime,
okay,
I would be a lot more hesitant about it, but quite frankly, I'd probably roll the dice on the basis of I wouldn't trust the justice system, and I think the process is the punishment. Like, I think if you put yourself forward, you're basically asking to have your life ruined anyway. DanielPenny.jpg, you know, would you, you know, even you are morally sure of your situation, even in that, you've got to put yourself forward to the system. The system, do you really trust it? It'll wreck your life anyway. Do you want to pay £60,000 to have your life potentially ruined?
Yeah.
Or do you kind of hope that this is one that is just lost? You know, you just don't want the eye of Sauron on you. But I think you'd be fairly safe with it. But then there's so much true crime, which is like going back to stuff that happened like in the 80s and the 70s. And you're like, wow, you're really digging back there. So I don't know how safe you'd be. Like, which way would you go on it?
Well, I think, okay, so contextualize it, 1972. So you think about the forensic technology that's out there at the time. I would happily go, yeah, we can get away with this. We're justified, but we're justified. So I kind of side with Lewis because his argument was pretty sound in terms of like who would have the jurisdiction over this. And actually, Dr. Prepper, what a comment. That aspect reminded me of Eden Lake. Why would you expect to be treated fairly by the kin of the people who just terrorized you? So he was quite, you know, he was right. I mean, he sort of, you know, he said like, oh, you know, they're all inbred and they're all related to each other. Like how we technically wasn't wrong because the brother-in-law, again, assuming the brother-in-law in question who'd gone missing was one of those two, is in the police force. You know, how would you know that the anal scrapings taken for forensic examination wouldn't go missing? How would you know that a doctor's report, a medical report, wouldn't be fudged to say this looks like a complete and utter consensual violation? Yeah, I
Yeah,
think we could.
money's probably on your side to just hide it, get out, roll the dice.
Yep. Yep.
you
But
know.
again, you know, that's on the assumption that the brother-in-law was actually the one that the sheriff's deputy, that's it, was looking for, if he was one of those two. Because again, like I say, if it was the person on the top of the cliff, at the top of the cliff edge, who they thought was the other guy, but it's ambiguous enough for us to go or to find out that actually it wasn't. It just happened to be another guy who had missing front teeth but covered it up with dentures and didn't wear a hat. You know, this was a completely different person, and this was just mistaken identity, which happens, of course.
True.
You know, so they have just killed a man in cold blood.
You
And
know
again,
what? I was only thinking of the first guy.
Yeah. So the
I've mentally written off
yeah.
the other guy. Yeah, that the other
Yeah.
guy is a kind of a harder question, because I think morally I'd be far less certain.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, but again, yeah, like I say, I mean, you know, we don't know where he's gone for sure. We definitely don't know. Like, we're not 100% certain that he wasn't watching them, because yeah, the circumstances are so ambiguous. It kind of you're kind of with the character. Again, this is such good writing. But you know, the confusion that you're experiencing as a viewer is the same as what they're, you know, so you know, you're getting put into their shoes. But then you look at the situation, and yeah, it's Ed who points his bow and arrow first, so he's initiated that that act of, you know, violence. The guys responded by putting the gun up in self-defense. Again, if it's not the guy who was in the woods the previous day, yeah, you've killed an innocent man. So now you have to run, because now the law will be on you. Now you're unjustified in that act. So yeah, run, baby, run. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Oh man, it's a tough one. It's a real tough one. Gosh, and I'm liking these comparisons to Eden Lake as well.
Yeah, that's a great comparison.
It gets so much trickier when you bring in the second guy, though. To maybe return to the scene that kicks it all off, though. That's where's this one? You know, I'm kind of proud of a CCG. I called this stream Deliverance, Why You Become a Target, because I thought that might be the focus of our analysis, would be this scene. And like, there's so much good stuff that we've gone for like an hour on the film and like barely touched this scene. So good going, film, frankly. Good going.
I know.
There are a few ways to talk about the scene. I don't know if there was anything in particular you wanted to go for, but I found myself like really focused on the sort of dynamics of it, like why it played out the way it did. Like there's the sort of tulpa aspect we talked about, but there's so many things that just stood out to me about why this played out the way it played out, what the canoe guys did right, what they did wrong. Like for an instant, Pandajit, I don't blame you. Eden Lake is one of the hardest going films out there, especially in terms of like just relentless animal cruelty in it. It's not for everyone. It doesn't go to a good place at all. Effective horror, but gosh darn it, it's a tough one to take. Yeah, so like I saved this screen cap because I thought it was quite interesting. They've gone into the woods. The guys have come over. Just look at this instantly. They've turned their backs on Bobby.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like eyeing up Ed. Like, just look at that. For me, they're assessing a threat. Like they've written Bobby off instantly. Look, they'll happily turn their backs on him. They know Yes, Laku Taku. The rednecks basically test them before attacking them. Exactly. They realize Bobby's soft. They'll just turn their back to him. He's not an issue at all.
He's not soft. He's pudgy. He's pudgy.
Just more, was it? Just more
More
made love,
cushion.
ladies.
More cushion for the pushing.
Yeah.
Also, Bob is a bit of a jerk to him to begin with.
Yeah, it kind of is. He's
If
a
we-
soft city boy.
yeah. If we look at initiate who initiates what, there's an argument to be made. I'm not justifying it. Hell no, I'm not justifying it. But
Mm.
there's an argument to be made that Bobby kind of starts the antagonistic interaction because he's basically, just sort of dismisses them, whereas Ed tries to engage positively. But yeah, it's quite apparent that these two have just spotted an opportunity, and quite rightly, as people are saying, are just sort of sussing them out before deciding what to do next.
Well, we have a scene where Ed is just out hunting a deer before this, and he can't take the shot. This film will just like double back on you. So they mention, "Oh, we're going to rape the land." What happens here? Before this, Ed is seen like trying to stalk a prey, and failing, and then this happens. This is all very deliberate in the film. They're battling against nature. Nature is striking back. I watched this and I was reminded of, long before he became an absolute regime filleting lol cow, Sam Harris. Sam Harris had a really, really good long blog on self-defense. He'd been studying it for a long time, trying to like make sense of it and see what was evidence-based and justified. And he had a really interesting take, which was that if they want your wallet or your phone or your keys, give them. That's fine. You can replace them, no problem. That's, the damage that can do is very little.
Yeah.
But if they try and move you anywhere, you have to use all the violence you can muster.
Yeah.
If they ever try and move you and change your location and take you somewhere quiet, you have to get as violent as you can immediately and relentlessly. Because if they're trying to move you, it's not looking good.
No. Yeah, I've talked about this before on videos that I've made. The Alison Botha video is a prime example of basically someone who survived barely, but was someone who you should have put up a fight, but it's a prime example of what happens if you get taken to another location. And it's not the only one as well. I mean, there's others I've talked about before, but if you're being taken, the chances are like you're not coming back. And so your opportunity to fight is that moment, and not a moment later.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's well referenced. And so like they have the encounter, and then after a brief assessing up, it's like literally moving, go and get deeper in them woods.
Do you think
and
this is
like, you know what's going on here?
Do you think there's some sort of like karmic justice that the forest or that nature's trying to inflict on these people? Because again, Larkin again mentions it. Bob is a right perv in this film. Like, look, I would love the idea of going out on some sort of nature trail like these guys are doing with my mates. One thing I'm not going to do is talk about my bodily activities in sleeping bags just openly.
Oh yeah, he's gross. He's totally gross.
And then and in some sort of like ironic karmic justice, something gross and sexual and perverse happens to him.
Yeah,
It
it's
just
extremely karmic.
it feels like with
Um,
all with everybody, yeah, with every sort of character in this film, there is there's like it's like their worldview, specifically their worldview is getting pushed back on. So you've got Lewis, who is the guy who is the nature buff who knows, you know, survival techniques. He is pretty much rendered ineffective when his leg breaks. You've got Drew, who is, like you say, the regime simp, who just completely loses it the first time that that his system of governance fails.
yeah.
You've got Bobby, who is just a freak, but then has something freaky done to him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just trying to think about
Ed's the guy in the
Ed.
middle who's undecided. He's
Yeah,
undecided about the call to adventure.
which
And he finally does think, okay, I'll take the shot, but then he gets it wrong.
yeah.
He's kind of forced to decide, but that ambiguity like haunts him.
He's a pig, you might say. Dr. Prepper says,
Yeah.
yes. You
Ed
might
has
say
a
that.
character arc. Yes, Laku, absolutely. We're shown him trying to shoot the deer initially, and his like big character growth is he actually manages to take the shot.
Yeah,
It
barely, barely.
It just, takes it out of him. I mean, literally, he shoots one guy and then is pierced with his own arrow. Like,
Yeah,
the karma is real, but the point is that he has to make the choice. He has to respect it. Yes, he goes from undecided to leader by the exactly. He has that conversation with Lewis. I don't know why I take you there. He wants to do something safe and cushy. He wants to be like Bobby and Drew, but Lewis makes him see the real. And this is an encounter with the real for him. He is made to witness it. He is made to see it, and then he cannot deny it.
correct.
But, just in the dynamics. So, that's why I use this phrase, why you become a target. It's they assess these guys up and they see they aren't serious. They immediately know Bobby is not a threat at all.
Yeah,
Not serious at all. Ed, not sure. Size him up, but then they do the threat and move them off. When they comply with the threat of being moved, it's over. It is over. Bobby, at this point, they tell him to strip off, and he just does it. What does he think's going to happen here?
I know.
Right. How does this proceed? He gives on one thing. He moved. Then he stripped off. He is just complying. He's being broken down bit by bit. Once he's given into one thing, they make him do another. He's humiliated by being ridden around. That breaks him into the next level. This is like a domino pattern of concessions. He never fights back. Yes, Lawrence. This is why it's a horror film. It's so disturbing to see just how useless he is at defending himself. He was almost as infuriating as the father and Speak No. Incredible comparison. This is a guy who just concedes. I know people on the internet are very sensitive about this, so I'm take these words in the most charitable interpretation. He doesn't fight back. He makes it almost inevitable. Literally, what do you think is going to happen? They tell you to strip. He goes along with it. He just doesn't fight back, and it's like, they've got a gun, but there was zero fight back.
I mean,
There
even Ed resists a bit. He
Ed
does
resists a little bit, but I mean, like Bobby's he's just backing away from the fight. Like, don't get me. Don't get me. Don't make me fight. So he concedes on the relocation, then he concedes on the clothes, then he concedes on being slapping around. Like, they just mock him. They just slap him around, have a little bit of fun. ride him, and then yeah, of course,
And then ride him.
yeah, then fully ride him. You know, it's a, but it's a different kind of horror. Like not just the pain, but it's horrific seeing him just kind of let himself be degraded. Am I like?
No, you're not off point. You're
Yeah.
absolutely spot on. Yeah.
No,
And it is quite fitting as well that he happens to be the most out of shape one as well.
yeah, totally. He is, you know, he's kind of big. There's disputes on it whether this is Ned Beatty's idea to use the "squeal like a pig" line.
Right.
One version I've seen is that they were asked to record a slightly more TV friendly version of the scene, which kind of doesn't pass the smell test for me. Like, could you make this an anal rape scene that we can show at 2 p.m. on BBC? Like, what? Huh? What, you want to slap this on after Countdown? Are you kidding me?
Or a 5 movie that
Five movie.
they have very interesting cuts to get to so that they can be shown at 2:05 in the afternoon.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm already like, that sounds a bit weird, but the original script apparently was a lot more like standard sweary dialogue.
Right.
And someone suggested, sorry, damn you, Paul Allen. Yeah. So where was I going with this? So someone suggested they move away from that standard boilerplate dialogue full of swearing to "squeal like a pig." But they liked that so much and just went with that as the main version because it's so much more disturbing.
Oh, indeed, yeah.
I mean, slightly grim, implying that the guy really enjoys piggies.
Yeah.
Which
That
is
was
one yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I would say it's just layered, isn't it? The level of disturbing, the level of disturbed, I should say, that this scene was. I mean, it's yeah. I mean, it is one of those where I don't know, man. If I wasn't reviewing, if I wasn't going to do this review with you, I'd kind of almost give it the funny games treatment in that I can't watch this, but but the good thing about, I suppose the good thing about it from a film perspective, that is, it's not this isn't the thing that it's just not going to, it's not like this throughout the rest of the film. This is it's such a quick scene. It's not prolonged. You get the shock, you get the horror, you get the disgust, you get all of that in this condensed space of time, and then everything else after that is the reaction and the fallout from that. Yeah, it's great. It is great.
Yeah, wonderful. It's not about the pain of it. Like, there are movies where it's like there's a violation and the pain is a big
like Funny Games.
This isn't
Funny Games. Funny Games is an example where that is just prolonged, and it's just it's just one thing after another, and it's like, like, don't get me wrong, like my wife will sort of mock me a bit. She'll be like, you know, come on, it's just a film. But I'm like, yeah, I know, but it's a bit much. Come on. Whereas, you know, you get this.
I can't watch Speak No Evil again. I'm not going near that film.
Yeah, it's like
that messed me up. I couldn't sleep.
It's like I'm done. I'm not watching that thing again. That's especially when you know it is like Speak No Evil, where it's all hopeless and there's no the outcome isn't good. You know, it's just okay. Why have I just sat down and watched this? But yeah, it doesn't hang on that with this film. It gives you the shock value. It's, you know, I assume that this was an iconic thing, that, you know, this was an iconic scene in this film. It's probably what people remember it for. But again, it's such a small part of it. But yeah, it's just, I don't really know how else to frame it, but other than it's a powerful scene that doesn't. It's such a small part from the runtime perspective, but from the actual impact that it has on the rest of the film moving forward, you don't need that. You don't need any more sort of scenes like it.
No,
everything else becomes psychological after that.
No, very much so. It sticks in your mind. It's incredibly well done, but like in terms of what it
And in your
actually
underpants, it
shows,
sticks.
oof. In terms of what it actually shows, like it's not graphic.
No.
It's an incredible sort of use of editing and suggestion to give you all the detail. I mean, sorry to be a bit graphic here, but it's not exactly clear at which point, you know, the mountain man becomes the mounting man.
I think it's from when it goes from to
There's definitely a point where he does it and
Yeah.
you know, goes to town, but you can't be certain when it happens. Like there's no long shot of him just like on Ned Beatty, you know. You're not seeing his cheeks clapped, are you?
No, no.
It's all close-up suggestion, and the horror is the horror of the chap just surrendering and letting it be done to him, and then Ed's just kind of watching and be like, actually, do I have Ed? Do I have Ed? I don't have Ed restrained by the tree and watching, actually. Apologies, I don't have that, but I think it's significant that he just has to watch.
Yeah.
Again,
this is, and again, it's one of those things where it's like you say, don't think of a black cat. Oh, great! Now you're thinking of a black cat, and then that's kind of what this scene does to you, because it doesn't show you much, but there's enough there for you to go, oh, no, I don't want that in my head. Get out, get out. Which again is, you know, I think is far more effective in a way, because it digs into your psyche more than just seeing it out there does.
Absolutely. On a slight odd note,
Aaron, I'm so sick of demonizing Dixie that I now root for root with the mountain men. For the mountain men.
Correct. On a slightly more trivial point, Bill McKinney, who plays your main mountain man rapist, actually made it his personal website was squeallikeapiggy.com.
Oh my god, really?
Yes, sorry, squeallikeapig.com.
I love that you say that, as Stark Terror says, apparently Ned Beatty was left emotionally scarred from filming this scene.
Yeah. It's a, how can I say, you know how actors get a bit typecast, they're a bit stuck with a thing, like everyone asks them, yo, do the thing. And Ned's thing was people would ask him, like, yeah, squeal. You imagine just like you can't walk through a city without someone saying squeal.
Yeah.
And like it's an intense scene. That is not pleasant.
I mean, just the fact that he's on his hands and knees and he's getting his butt cheeks slapped by the guy. I mean, I'd be like, you want me to do
grim.
what for this? Yeah, what do you want?
You want me to, like him just being chased around and slapped. Yeah. Like it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
But imagine being the actor. Like, I'm sitting there and I'm reading the script and I'm like, hold on, can I have a word? You want him to do this to me? Like, you want him to start slapping me? I'm gonna have to get my butt out on camera. I'm wearing tighty whities.
Yeah, butt on camera, slapped around, absolutely degraded, and then you gotta
say that.
he's gonna like put his hands up your nose, and then. Oof, yeah, it's a really, really horrible scene and incredibly well done. But again, you're so right. It's actually a really tiny part of the film.
Yeah.
Just as much as it needs to be, and then it cascades. And the rest of it, they're like, you know, they're seeing phantoms as a result of it.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, oh man. Also, John Gar saying Midnight Express had some pretty... Oh, now I was getting confused there. I thought that was Midnight Cowboy, which also had John Voight. But no, you are talking the rather excellent Turkish Prison Midnight Express. I haven't seen that in years, but that was a great little film.
Not seen that.
Oh, that's a treat for you, TCG.
Probably don't want to see that if you're talking about that.
Well, you know, I can't guarantee it, but one of the things we may watch, and I'll hand it over to chat before we confirm. we may actually see Bill McKinney again, if
Okay.
because he turns up in another candidate for next week's film, 2001 Maniacs, also starring Robert Englund. So we could have a double Bill McKinney, double Robert Englund, and I'm afraid like the odds of sodomy are like those dice are pretty loaded.
Oh God. I'm saying
Is it going to be 3 for 3, like the unexpected Katie Cassidy trilogy?
Oh no!
Is this
No!
the cornhole arc?
Don't put Katie Cassidy in the same conversation as this specific arc.
Katie Cassidy.
Oh, Katie Cassidy.
Sorry.
No. No.
Should we just delete this stream?
I think so. This is our real 107.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. We got to have our own 107 moment.
And
All right.
Funny enough, that was also on a similar topic.
It was
The ALQ.
no, he didn't delete that one, did he? He moved that on to Deepest Law.
Yeah, I don't know what he did, but yeah, that was the reason why they got that that got.
Oh, the Ream Stream saga.
Yeah.
Distant. No, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Brilliant.
Oh, Lawrence is on his way out, but he has left an interesting comment. So I've just caught the first one. So I'll read this out. I must go, but want to say something about how the film's depiction of the urban-rural divide differs from contemporary anti-Southern depictions in cinema. In other words, all the film's characters, city slickers and hillbillies alike, had something in common. They almost certainly backed identical candidates in elections until well into the 80s. I feel there's a comment missing from there, Lawrence. It's something in the middle that's gone missing. Your message, you do get missing messages occasionally. But oh yeah, sorry, they've come out of order. It's worth noting that on those films, anti-rural perspective made political isn't partisan. Rabun County, where the film set, backed Democrats in almost every election until 1984. I've seen discussion of that a lot of those communities were quite strong Democrat and only switched to Republican after I think it's called them liberalizing modernizations. That basically meant for the greater good, we're moving your industry out, etc. I'm British. I haven't looked into it. I can't comment. Could be true. People I respect have said it. So decent chance it's correct, but haven't looked into it myself. For some reason, I think your chats are coming out of order. But thank you very much. And always good to see you, Lawrence. Have a good night yourself.
Take it easy. I think Dr. Prepper corrected me. Which is shameful of me. This is how bad my memory is. Apparently, the 107 was the Filthy Frank one.
Yeah, I was going to say it was Filthy Frank. Yeah. How can you forget?
Oh, yeah. No, the ALQ. The ALQ was a different one.
Indeed, the legendary ALQ scene. It was like cigar stream number 4.
Yeah, Froggy and I absolutely worked like champs to rig the poll, which I think is what I think made Academic Agent go against the popular vote after that.
Classic. Oh, Froggy was such a legend.
Oh,
good
what he's up to.
He's a busy lad, apparently. That's why he dropped off the streaming. But I suppose if your career's growing, you don't want to be associated with this. Which is why we'll probably have to delete this stream. Yeah. Hey, by the way, when they're out of the woods, see this ambulance guy on the right, this paramedic on the right?
Uh-huh.
Real life murderer.
Shut up.
Real life murderer.
Details.
About three years after this, shot a chap to death.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. Stark Terror. Very good to see you. Very good to see you, Stark Terror. Saying the anti-rural theme often comes off as class hatred to me. I think it generally is. That was a big motivation of covering this. We spent a long time last year on folk horror in Britain, which has a lot of that in it, right? A lot of the Metropolitan's projections of its fears about the rural, just the unenlightened, oh gosh, etc. So it's really interesting. And then I think the American version is this kind of like Southern horror. That's like, oh, if I step outside of my safe metropolitan, you know, basically it's just instant bumming, you know.
Ew.
Like a lot of that is like Hollywood projection, which I find very interesting. But it's sort of surprised us that I don't think that is what's going on in Deliverance. That's actually it's much more nuanced. Whereas last week's Eaten Alive, my goodness, is basically a hate crime against the South. And we'll see how it goes with next week's choice, frankly. Yeah. Lucky Tucker couldn't possibly comment, but oh man, it just reminded me like The Shield, Michael Jace, great star, a main character of the show, and then he goes and offs his wife. Oh, terrible! What are the odds? Just reminded me of that.
I look at Lucky Tucker's comment, and I think Naked Gun had a similar problem.
Yeah, just like poor Naked Gun.
Yeah.
Ah.
This man's the OG OJ.
He did get there beforehand.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
It also reminds me of that there's a like a short video TikTok short whatever they are, where it's like, you know, these like TV court shows.
Oh yeah.
And you got there's a case going on, and the judge turns around to the like the security guy who's there, the sheriff, like the police officer, security guy. You know, it's like, oh, you know, you're married this big burly black guy, massive geezer, right? And you know, she's sort of saying, you know, he's happily married, yada yada yada, and he's sort of got this like stone walled face on him. And the guy who I think is the plaintiff is a comedian. He's like, he don't look happy. And like everyone starts laughing. He's like, look at that man's face. He don't look happy. And and everyone's sort of laughing. And you know, the guy, the officer, he sort of like cracks up a little bit, and he's fine. And then it just cuts, hard cuts to a news story. And they're like, oh yeah, this man, blah blah blah, shot his wife to death, yada yada yada, and it's the guy. and it's the same guy.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I know.
Oh, if anyone can send me that would be hilarious.
I will find it.
I will say I will be quieter on Twitter. I'm kind of giving up Twitter and so on for Lent. So I'll basically only be popping on there for stream links. But you find it to me, you tag me with that, and I will merrily enjoy it. Right. I don't want to. I'm sort of mindful of time, TCG, and because we cover so much, but I thought I'd move on to one thing that, again, just sort of cements the horror credentials of this film. Mm-hmm. It's just that lovely stuff at the end. Like, once they're free of the river, like I was surprised at how long was spent outside of the river. But the director has said that those are the most important scenes, and it's hard to disagree. I mean, they're certainly incredibly impactful.
Oh.
But, you know, I think they really cement, like, the weight of what happened. It gives it time to soak in. And for the gravity of the situation, suddenly you got this new thing of the tension over the sheriff.
Yeah.
But there's just so much great imagery in about it. There's John Boorman absolutely killing it. Sorry, I've just seen something. I've got to ask. John Goris saying The Exorcist had real monsters and murderers in it. Who was that? Can you remind me? I think was it one of the policemen? No, it was someone in like a medical role, wasn't it? I think it's like an orderly who's taking Reagan in for a test, because I covered this in the commentary. He was a nonce. Yeah, the doctor.
No.
Yeah.
I should mention that I'm just sort of
That's
when I
it,
was
yeah.
looking for this video for you, the guy is called Renard Spivey, or Renard Spivey.
Mm.
Apparently, he was found not guilty. Like he
Nah.
definitely shot her, by the sounds of it. But it looks like he was found not guilty. I think it was just accidental.
Yeah.
I'd have to look into this a little bit more.
Okay.
But, just the video I'm looking at, the top comment, he was in fact not happy. Yeah, 4 shots. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's confirming. Yeah, it's a radiographer. It's coming back to the memory. Thank you, chat. Yeah. Oh. Oh no! What's this? Anonymous getting in Black Cop down there to rename one of the characters in the real incident because he was found nonsense. Oh my!
Many such cases.
Oh my! Sorry, I will. I'll return us to the film. There was appreciation of this of this scene. I just thought.
Sorry, I just while we're on the subject. Oh God, what was his bloody name? Dirty Den in EastEnders.
I know the guy. Yeah,
Leslie Grantham. That's it. Leslie Grantham. Yep. He also was a murderer.
Really?
Yeah, killed a taxi driver. I think in South Africa, if I'm not mistaken.
Goodness me.
There you go.
What, for the lulz?
I can't remember the exact details, but yeah, he shot a man to death.
Goodness me, that is new. Damn.
There you go. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So this scene here when they're digging up the graves, I'm assuming that was because of the fact that the town is damned or it's about to be damned and about to be flooded over. It's interesting as well because they talk about the taxi driver says it's like the best thing that could possibly happen to the town, which makes you wonder.
You do wonder. There's maybe a certain thing of like it's decayed, and maybe if they're relocated,
perhaps
it's a fresh start. Yeah, like the company might have to actually sort of set them up afresh.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think so. It is an interesting comment. Very notable. I liked all these sort of not so subtle signs about like the church is moving away because the area is damned.
Oh, yeah.
You know that the church is literally being removed, and then even though they've been in there hundreds of years, one assumes all the bodies have to come up, right? It's just this little subtle thing of like, no, this stuff isn't forgotten. The bodies are moving; they're going with us. You know, you can't escape it. So Ed's starting to feel very paranoid until he has this amazing dream sequence.
Oh, yeah.
Which apparently Brian De Palma says genuinely did inspire the famous jump scare in Carrie.
Oh, my God. I thought of that.
Yeah.
That to me, that to this day invoked the biggest ever jump scare. And I was around my best mate's house at the time watching it with his mum and him. And I'll tell you what, armchair arms had never been gripped so hard ever when that happened. But I thought of this. So the fact that this inspired that, amazing. Amazing.
Yep. This inspired Carrie, and
Brilliant.
Carrie inspired Friday the 13th.
Nice.
Yep. It's, people don't think of Deliverance as a horror movie, but my goodness, look at like the pedigree of it with a simple shot like this. Look at that John Gorosaki Taki. You guys, we're like, I'm gripping my hands together, which you can't see, but I'm like, we're like this. We're unified. We're on the same wavelength. I absolutely love it. There was an alternative ending, which I kind of wish they'd gone with, because it ends with this just sort of like wonderful haunted look. But did you hear about the alternative ending?
No.
Ooh. It was
Ed
quite
Ed runs off with Drew's wife and kids.
not so much. I think they are called back to the sheriff, or they're about to leave and they're stopped by the sheriff.
Right.
And the sheriff says a body's been recovered.
Oh, okay.
Takes him to the side of the river, and there's a body under a sheet, and he lifts it up so they can see it. The viewer never sees which body is under.
What?
I would have absolutely loved that. Absolutely loved that ending.
Yeah.
Because which body it is kind of totally changes everything. You'd be wondering it for days.
Oh, mate. What would be the impact of that though? Like what? Oh, actually, yeah, a completely different person. Oh my lord! Oh my lord!
Absolutely great ending.
Yeah, like a shocked, surprised look on their face.
Mm.
Like, yeah, very sort of, yeah, like a very sort of like ambiguous sort of like. And then the film just ends. Like,
Yeah.
Are they shocked because it's the guy? Are they shocked because it's somebody else? Like, did they get it? Oh, mate, damn it!
I know. That would be such a great ending. I would love it. Tell you what, John, this is maybe a good thing to end on, being a bit conscious of time. But Paul Ant, it's Jason Voorhees. Yeah, it's Jason.
Yeah,
he's still in the lake. John saying, I still don't get why it's called Deliverance. I would say it's not immediately obvious. I've got a take, but I don't know if you have one, TCG. I don't want to put you on the spot there.
I haven't. I'll be honest with you. I never really gave it much thought. I would have liked it if it was called Damned. The Dam.
I feel like I'd prefer that title. I'm just going to get you the poster up, actually.
Okay.
I think Deliverance movie poster, because I think that kind of helps us a little bit with it. Is this the one?
Might be. I think it's on the Wikipedia, which I have got loaded up. Oh, I did have it loaded up. Where's that gone?
Sorry, I'm being a total boomer on this. I'm rubbish. Is this the one? This'll do us. This will do us. Okay. Just because it's a cool poster.
Yeah. I've got shotgun, lake or river, sorry, and then 3 people in a canoe. Hold on a minute. There's only 3 people in the canoe.
Dun dun dun. Okay.
Hold on a minute.
Let's go with this one. Whoop. All right.
There's still only 3 people in the canoe.
There is. All wearing the life jackets. Drew's already out.
Okay.
I think of what was it? The Eyes of the Window to the Soul. Again, this is about an internal journey. It's a spiritual battle. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Why is it called Deliverance? Obviously, you've got a biblical association. We've talked about the damned, the town being moved. When you think of Deliverance, you think of going back to Exodus. You think typically of the enslaved nation of Israel, having been set up there by Jacob before he became Israel. Don't quote me on this. I'm not super hot on Exodus. So Jacob, before he becomes Israel, makes a deal with the Pharaoh to settle. And then it comes to Moses for them to be delivered, to be freed, basically. So it's the removal of a people to their proper place, or delivery. It's basically taking them out of enslavement.
Okay.
It feels like a sort of dark pun in that case, because the people, they're not really enslaved, but they are trapped. And the thing that is moving them from their, incarceration is not, divine intervention. It's like this. It's a company wanting to build a mine, basically. So they're not really being delivered to a promise. Well, they're being delivered to a promised land, but it's not exactly a holy thing. It's a kind of sleazy, tawdry thing, basically.
Gotcha.
That
What is
could
it?
be it. You also get that Bobby does say, Lord deliver us, which is basically like,
Yes. He
take
does,
me
doesn't
out
he?
of my persecution. Like, that's just before he gets his cheeks clapped.
Yeah.
It's so again, he's like specifically referenced that, like, basically take me out of my state of persecution. So possibly it's this idea that if we're viewing this as like a horror where the villain is nature, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you could say that deliver us is like deliver us out of our land. Like, in the land is the enemy, so to overcome it, they have to be delivered of it.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
Possibly.
It makes sense though.
So I could kind of see it. It is a sort of, it's a tough sell, I think. But if you have that collection of, as I say, it doesn't seem like it really works for the people of Appalachia, but possibly it is more just where the enemy is the landscape, then deliverance to be freed from an oppressive landscape, an oppressive land would kind of work. But I feel like I'm reaching a little bit, but I hope that helps. That was a reading I got of it, but I know yeah.
It makes sense.
I won't go
it makes
into a
sense.
detour on the Old Testament.
Yeah.
It all comes back. All comes back to the chase. Come to think of it,
Oy vey.
maybe studio heads, but I haven't researched that aspect. Maybe let's not comment on that on YouTube. Yes. Yeah. They're the last victims of the land that is getting pushed away by the modern world. I kind of like that.
If you want to have the conversation, do you want to borrow my card?
Yeah, borrow your card.
Borrow
for a very reasonable rate.
Yeah,
as you promised me.
Rub my hands in the profit. Yep.
Good times. Good times.
Oh, love it. Right.
TCG Murgoot popped in his score for this. He said 10 burgers.
He did.
10 burgers. Is it too generous? What do you reckon?
I don't think it's generous enough. I think that this is a solid 11. I bloody loved it. Just you don't make stories like this anymore. Writing was on point.
No.
I love the nature aspect of it. I love the fact that they did their own stunts, possibly because they had to, except if you're Burt Reynolds and where he's like, I'll just do it. Yeah, I just love how natural it felt. It felt like everything up to the point where the bad stuff happens. It felt real in that it genuinely felt like 4 friends out on an adventure, who are just looking to have a good time and see something before, and see things before they get irreversibly changed through the interventions of man. And then after the bad thing happens, I love how it then descends into essentially a paranoid mess for these guys, because nothing is clear, and the fact that you as the viewer get dragged into that paranoia and that fear, it just worked brilliantly for me. It worked brilliantly for me. And the fact as well that this effectively started the careers of some huge names in Hollywood now. Brilliant. What a film, what a movie.
Nice. Hard to argue. I mean, Jack Nicholson was slated to go on this, but I'd have loved to see Jack Nicholson's take. I believe in the Ed role, by the way. I could be wrong, but I believe he was set to be Ed. But no, I love this. I wouldn't swap the cast. Nah. We've got a 10 burgers. We've got an 11 burgers. I am torn on this because absolutely love everything until they leave. It's only when they're out that it starts to slow down a bit for me, even if those scenes are absolutely weighted with good material and impact. The pace does slow a bit, but I'll be honest, I don't know if it's bad enough for me to dock points. This is something where you've got great dialogue, great action, wonderful actors, plenty of stuff to get your brain around, as we've discovered. Deep insight. No, 11. It's 11.
Yeah,
This is
it's gotta
solid
be.
11. There's
Yeah.
some slightly janky effects. And
Yeah,
the
I
day for
think
night looks a bit goofy, but I don't know if I can take a burger off for that.
no. And again, like yeah, especially when you factor in the budget that this film had. No, I think Dissident Night mentioned earlier, like the fact they used raw chicken meat for the broken leg effect on
Yeah,
Burt
they
Reynolds.
did.
I was like,
Cheap
okay,
and efficient. What can I say?
absolutely.
Yeah, very, very layered film. I would just be nitpicking for it. No, it gets a very, and you know what? One of the main reason I won't dock it for the little things is that this isn't an anti-Southern film. If this had the kind of anti-Southern prejudice that I kind of built this arc around before rewatching, I'd be docking points. This has a lot of dignity, and I don't know if we mentioned it, but the success of this film actually allowed a lot of people to sort of escape poverty in that area, because there was a
wow.
massive tourism boom. People wanted to visit, people wanted to try the white rock. Weirdly enough, after this, they wanted to try the whitewater rafting. So,
Oh, did they now?
yeah, funnily enough. So yeah, this actually did a good thing. So for that reason, for treating Appalachia with respect, yeah, they can have a nice, tasty 11 burgers. Well earned.
Yeah.
They are, of course, gosh darn it, you got there before me, yes. They're, of course, pulled pork burgers, a stuffed pork bun.
yeah.
I
was going to say, yeah, the
chat's
porkiest
also
pork.
loving it. Look at all these. We got 11s, 12. Now, Lakey, I'm very sorry, but we do have a rule here. 11 is a maximum. 11 burgers out of 12 is a maximum score for any film not starring Tony Todd. You need Todd to get the Tony Todd modifier, the Toddifier. I'm afraid we have to stick to that rule. You can't just, point at this guy and say it's him. You racist. This is not Tony Todd.
No, this is OJ.
It's OJ, exactly.
Sorry, OJ. Sorry.
It's Lawrence Fishburne.
Hang on, isn't he white?
All right. So yeah, I'm seeing 11s. I'm seeing 12. I will correct you automatically down to an 11, but I'm glad you liked it, Laku.
Yeah,
Or
this is a
Laku,
great film.
please do tell us. Distant Night has sent in another $5 Aussie. Very much appreciated. Saying 10 freshly shaved chicken and bacon burgers. Yes, a generous 10 is very generous. I think we're liking this. We've got a recommendation from Paul Allen about it wasn't about slavery, exposing the great lie of the Civil War. Folks, Paul has had good recommendations in the past. I suggest looking that up. I will do so myself. Always interested in different perspectives. We're an open and inquisitive channel around here, Paul. Thank you. Or Patrick Batman. It's just weird because I only ever see the YouTube handle now.
If we're doing recommendations, don't forget to go to TCG's Gaming Emporium. Yeah. Don't forget to go to TCG's Gaming Emporium at the end of the stream. Subscribe. I'll be doing some Metal Gear Solid over there tomorrow. We'll look to get the quizzes back next week. But all my gaming stuff, just to try and keep YouTube happy, will be now over there, which used to be That Crime Guy Life anyway, but it's now just pure gaming over there. There's also a video of a academic agent eating pork scratchings for 15 minutes, if you want to check that out as well.
I love that arc.
Oh,
that was great.
I need to catch up on those.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, folks. Ooh, wait a second. Tell us about pork scratching while I make a poll quickly.
Okie dokie.
Actually, you know what? I'm just going to ask you, TCG. You can decide for us.
Oh, okay.
All right. TCG, for next week, would you like us to cover Wrong Turn?
Oh.
And it might be a double bill either way.
Okay.
We could do Wrong Turn, both original and 2020.
Oh, okay.
Or 2000 Maniacs and 2001 Maniacs. I leave it to you.
Now, do you know, I've not seen Maniacs, so I mean, that would, I suppose I'd be interested to watch that. Wrong Turn.
Good choice.
Wrong Turn. It's got to be Wrong Turn.
There we go. There we go. We will go for Wrong Turn, the original, which I want to say like 98. Should we just check that? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let me have a
time.
quick. Oh, 2003.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there we go. We'll do a double bill of Wrong Turn 2003 and Wrong Turn 2020.
Whoa. Okay. Sorry. I just Google searched Wrong Turn just to find that day, and the first thing in the people who also ask section, why was Wrong Turn banned? Wrong Turn 6, Last Resort, faced a major setback when it included a real missing person's photo without consent.
Ooh.
That's mental. The film was pulled from shelves and eventually re-released in 2015 after the controversial picture was removed. I mean, call me a cynic, but if somebody's missing, wouldn't you want that picture to be out there?
You know, you'd think so.
Plot hole. But yeah, okay. So yeah, anyway, yes, Wrong Turn. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, there we go. Wrong Turn double bill. Laku, is the Wrong Turn 2020 woke or not? I have a schizo theory about that film, that it was part of a paid campaign to basically win votes, which I will go into next week. And I will say that because there are some scenes which look like they were inserted later in production and are wildly out of keeping with the rest of the movie, and they are hilarious. But we will get to that. I kind of enjoyed it because it's one of those. Wait, I meant to hate those guys? No, they're awesome. This is a like, I'm just saying, don't get anyone who appreciates Uncle Ted to judge people living in the woods in their cabins. I'm just saying,
Brilliant.
My sympathies are already kind of won over. Anyway, brilliant. We're going to do it. You have had your review of Deliverance 1972, one of the, hitting one of those rare 11 burgers. We didn't quite get Murgoot to 11. Maybe we could have talked him up if he were here, but still very deservedly high scoring. You have got your horror homework for next week, which is Wrong Turn 2003 and Wrong Turn 2020. And you have got yourselves a fun Friday night bit of entertainment over on TCG's Gaming Emporium, where he's going to start reviewing Metal Gear. And I will be there because I have never seen those games and I want to check it out. More than that, you've been very generous. Thank you so much. Thank you, TCG.
Pleasure as always. Thank you, chat. You've been entertaining and intelligent as always.
Yes, quality stuff. And Murgoot definitely watched this with Will Stansel.
I had to say it.
I heard Murgoot took a wrong turn as well. That's funny. But anyway, yes, folks, check out our Megan 2 video. We had a great time with it. It's really fun.
Weird.
Go on, upvote it. The algo killed it. Go get the word out there. And you have yourselves a fabulous Friday and a wonderful weekend. And that is everything. Thanks, y'all. Cheers.
#ShillGang.